GoLoud. Hold My Drink, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Where your name on a can equals instant summer vibes. Go on, share one with your bestie. You know they deserve it.
And is it true you asked my mum to marry her 6 months after you started dating?
If Ellie Kelly makes a friend, she makes a friend for life.
You're so cute, I'm going to cry.
Oh, no.
You're so cute.
That's how strong you are, you know. Oh. I had finished kind of a long relationship and I was...
La. I don't want to hear of you ever being with anyone else. Welcome to Hold My Drink with Ellie. I'm here on my own today, but Matthew Kelly came in today. Woo! And I'm so excited to let you know that this episode is brought to you by Coca-Cola's Share a Coke campaign, aka the reason your group chat is about to go off. Challenge your besties to a hunt. Who can find everyone's names first? The loser has to buy the snacks. That's a good incentive, I think. It's back for the first time since 2013, and honestly, we've missed it. It's really exciting to go into a shop and search for your name. It's like your own little treasure hunt, your own mission you have to go on. There's just something about seeing your name on a Coke bottle that makes you feel seen. Something about it. So keep your eyes peeled in stores, or if your name's a bit unique, we're going to shout out all the Aoifes, Maeves, Avas of the world, scan the QR code on the back and create a custom digital one. Coca-Cola and summer just go hand in hand, don't they? Let's make this the best summer ever. Guys, the man, the myth, the legend, he's here today. It's Matthew Kelly. Dad, they really begged you to come on.
I don't believe it.
They do. How do I call? What do I call you? Well, I'm obviously going to call you Dad. But what do you like to be called? Matthew or Matt?
Matt is fine.
Okay. Why don't we do Matthew? Because that was the man on the telly. Remember Matthew Kelly? And tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be... Wait, was his name
No,
Matthew
it
Kelly?
was, yeah. No, it was Stars in Your Eyes.
Yeah.
Who are you going to be tonight, Matthew? Tonight I'm going to be Madonna. You know.
Okay, so we'll stick with Matt.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
I don't know what's coming at me.
I'm not going to throw you under the bus. I told my dad that on the way in. He was like, and what am I going to be talking about? And I was like, I'm not going to throw you under the bus.
Why are you talking like that?
Because you talk like that. That's why. Okay, we're going to go way back to the beginning of Matthew Kelly.
Oh, God.
So, Dad.
Yes.
Where were you born? Because you weren't actually born in Limerick. I know I always say Limerick and I'm Limerick blood, but I'm Dublin born. But you weren't actually born in Limerick. Where were you born?
Why do you really want to know that?
Well, I know it. It's for the listeners. I have to act like I don't know.
Okay.
So where were you born?
Okay.
He's bored already, lads. He's yawned.
Oh, here we go. My dad was in the army in the Curragh in Kildare, and he was a sergeant in the army, and he was 26 years in the army, and apparently he went for a promotion, and what's known as he was kind of looked over, so he didn't get the promotion.
Okay.
So he was so disappointed, and he was heartbroken after spending 26 years in the army.
You would be.
Yeah. So then he decided, time out, I'm gone.
Oh.
So we uplifted and went to Limerick, and I think at the time I was 6 years old.
So did you live on the army barracks?
Yes.
Do you remember any of that?
I remember it so well.
Do you?
I do.
Was it scary or what?
No, it was lovely.
You're obviously with other families who their fathers are.
It was in a big block, and the block that we were in was Plunkett. We lived in Plunkett Barracks.
I wonder is it still there?
Definitely.
You reckon?
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can drive in around the Curragh camp at the moment, but it's still there. It's still there.
You remember those kind of days?
So well. Did
you go to school?
Yeah. And when you lived in we'll say Plunkett Barracks, or you lived in the Curragh camp, you had all the facilities that the army had. That's how I could swim. I was a very good swimmer at 4 years of age.
Were you? Because they taught you that down there?
Oh, God, yeah. And there was an indoor running track, and it was a very exciting place to live. I remember my dad organised that there was some manoeuvres on these big tanks, and I remember getting on a tank and driving up and down these massive fields and all that.
Were they allowed to do that with you?
Yeah.
Back then, it was a different time. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
you didn't need a safety belt or anything.
No. They weren't things.
We were just sitting on the top of it.
Yeah. And every time I drive by the Curragh now, like if I'm going that way, I remember you bringing the three of us down to the Curragh and sitting us on your lap behind the car.
Yeah.
It's probably illegal, definitely, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And you drive us around the Curragh, but we'd think we were driving.
Yeah.
We'd just be in a big open field, guys. It was okay. It was like 30 years ago. It's grand.
Yeah.
And your dad went from Tarbert, because he's from Tarbert. Am I saying that right?
He did. He was born in Tarbert, Great Kerry man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he left home when he was 16 and he came to the Curragh because he wanted to join the army. In those days, there was very little, else
to
do. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he told lies about his age.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah.
So when my granddad died, did you only find out then that he lied about his age when his age went on his gravestone?
Yeah, when I got the death cert.
Yeah. Were you kind of looking at it like?
For years, he told lies about his age.
Fair play to him, people.
Well, I mean, for what reason though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you were named after my granddad.
Yes.
He was Matthew as well.
Yes. Well, I'm junior. There was 6 of us in the family, 3 girls and 3 boys.
That was a nice split, half and half.
So there was Marie, Patricia, and Jackie, and then there's Frank, Paul, and Matthew Jr.
Were you the youngest? Just say you are anyway.
Yes, I'm the youngest of the boys.
Yeah, of the boys. We'll say the boys, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so born in the Curragh and then moved to Limerick.
Yes.
Why did they pick Limerick?
That I don't know.
Because my nana wasn't from Limerick.
No. My mum was from Newbridge.
Yeah.
And that's where my dad met my mum, in Newbridge.
Okay.
When he came from Tarbert to come up to the Curragh.
For the army.
Yeah.
You started your life then at 6 in Limerick.
Yes.
And how was that? What was life like growing up with 6 siblings? Because I obviously only have 2. So I can't imagine if there was fucking 4 more of them added on.
Well, Paul, Frank and I are very close as brothers.
Yeah.
And
were the girls close then with each other? Like it was a kind of boys and girls?
Well, Patricia and Marie were near enough in age.
Yeah.
And Jackie was a bit of a surprise.
She was youngest.
So she was the youngest of the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And Patricia, I think she got married in Limerick. Marie stayed in Newbridge. She got married in Newbridge.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackie is still loose.
She's not loose, would you?
Sorry.
She's a partner. You don't say loose. Jesus Christ.
Available? Yeah.
No, she's not available.
Oh, sorry.
She's a fella. Jeannie, man. God's sake. Yeah. So life was nice growing up in Limerick, was it?
It was, yeah.
You were a bit mad.
In what way? How do you know?
Just stuff I've heard. I've heard it through the grapevine. I think you're a bit mad. You were a Munchins man.
I was.
That's a school in Limerick.
Yes, it is.
And you're a big sports man.
Well, definitely. I love sport. I played football for Limerick in Crow Park.
Well done.
Yeah, and I played hurling for years with All Christians. That was a hurling club down there.
Okay.
And then I played rugby with Shannon.
And you played hockey as well at some stage, didn't you?
I played hockey for, 10 and a half years, whatever.
And you
loved hockey.
You sent us, or was it my mum sent us a picture actually recently? My mum sent us all these pictures and said, find your dad. Yeah. Easy done. No bother. Look at you. In your hockey gear. Way.
Yeah,
that's a big head of brown hair on your head.
Dangerous.
How old would you have been there?
Mid-20s.
You kind of look like Jack.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack has the look of you.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like my mask? My hockey mask?
No, it's absolutely terrifying. If I ever saw that now, I'd cry.
Oh,
something out of a
can
scary
you imagine somebody
movie.
coming towards me with me?
One of them?
Yeah.
No.
I tell you, he ran away.
So you were big into your sports?
Yes, very much so.
Played a lot of sports?
Yes.
And then I actually don't even know this myself. Did you do your leaving cert?
I did, yeah.
Why are you taking offence to that? You bought your licence, so you'd never know.
Why do you...
I don't know, I just presume after the junior cert you'd say, feck that, I'm not doing that anymore.
No, I did leave it, sir.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you go to college?
No.
Okay.
No.
What did you want to do after school? Go straight into work?
Yeah. My working career started off I don't know. Some people would say I had the gift of the gab.
You do?
It was in sales. Yeah.
Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you selling? Like at a young age?
Yeah. I remember my first job was with Dan Ryan's in Limerick, and it was selling cars.
And did you know anything about cars?
You don't have to know anything about them to sell them. You know?
So what are you saying? It's a nice colour. Buy it.
Well, somebody would come and say, yeah, you want to change the car, and say, grand, what have you in mind? And that maroon one over there is lovely. So I'd say, yeah, it's a lovely colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to know like the mechanics of a car or anything?
You didn't. I'm not a mechanic, I'm a salesman.
Jesus, Queven might have been following in your footsteps then. She's in the car trade.
Yeah. I got various sales jobs with various companies.
Did you?
Yeah.
There's one story that springs to mind when I think of you working when you were younger, and it was when you were working on a building site somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was a story about the swinging hammer.
Oh.
Shall I tell that story?
Yeah, why do you remind me of that?
Because it comes into my head when I think of you being younger working.
Yeah. No, I used to work on building sites for the summer.
Yeah.
It was great, and it was very tough.
Was it?
But it was very good. I think actually that's where I learned how to drive. I used to drive this big dumper on the site.
Were you a teenager? Like?
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah. Some were great working on the building sites. But I remember one day we were up on the roof, and somebody had a kind of a hammer on a rope, and they used to swing it over. If you wanted a hammer, swing it over to you. Of course, I didn't really.
The health and safety in there, I'd say, was.
Oh, it was magic. You know? High vis jackets?
Nah, never heard of them.
Never heard of them. They weren't making them in those days.
No.
But yeah, the rope and the hammer came towards me and hit me in the forehead. And I tell you, I still remember that to this day.
I remember you telling us that story.
Very, very sore.
That's terrifying.
Oh, listen.
And did you have an idea in your head when you were younger of like, do you know, like kids are like, oh, I want to be a hairdresser, I want to be a pilot, I want to be... Did you have anything in your head that you were like, when I'm older, I want to be da-da-da?
No, I really didn't. I didn't have any specific thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was just work, earn a few bob, enjoy life, have the crack. And
that wouldn't be like it.
Yeah. So then I decided to move to Dublin. I said Limerick's too small, so I did. I moved to Dublin, and I rented a house on my own. I like my own company, and
you still now like your own company.
I didn't want anybody stealing my grub out of the fridge, So no, that was.
But that must have been an expensive move.
Yeah, but it was time.
Okay.
No, you know in yourself that when it's time
to move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I went to the States. I moved to America, to Florida.
Now, when you moved to Florida, so I have an uncle that lives in Florida now, and he's lived there like basically all my life. When you moved to Florida, was Paul already there?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'd gone a few years before you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you followed him over.
He also lived in Limerick, but then he met Pierrette, or Pixie, we call her, and she was from West Virginia, and they kind of lived in Castleconnan for about 4 years or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I think Pierrette found the Irish weather too severe.
Yeah.
Well,
coming from America, I'd say moving over here, you would be like, what is
so
this?
she said to Paul, listen, we gotta get out of here.
Let's go.
So they moved to the States.
Lovely.
And I have lived there ever since. Yeah. Very happy.
And how long did you spend in Florida when you went there then?
About 1.5 years.
Too short, he still says.
I loved it. But before that, I actually lived in Sydney.
Sorry? Okay, new information here. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You lived in Sydney?
I did, yeah.
For how long?
I lived in Sydney for about 3 months.
Did you?
Yeah.
On your own? And why didn't you stay there?
I actually tried to get a visa, and when I couldn't get a visa, I said it was time to go. So when I came back from Sydney, I stayed around for about 2 or 3 months. Then I said, no, I gotta go again. So that's when I went to Florida.
You had the itch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Florida.
And you did work in Florida, actually?
I did.
You worked in the sandbar, was it?
No, I didn't work in a sandbar. I worked in a place called Lynch's Landing.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. It was a restaurant.
And you loved it.
I loved it. I met some incredible people
Yeah.
and made some great friends.
And did you live on your own in Florida?
No, I stayed with Paul.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I moved in with some friends.
Oh.
People that worked in Lynch's Landing. It was a great life. It was just, you'd no hang-ups.
If you could go back.
No responsibilities.
If you could go back, would you have stayed there? Be careful of your answer
I
now.
got to be very careful about that. Yeah.
Careful of your answer.
No, yeah.
You have to say no.
Well, it was just one of those things.
Yeah.
But it was such a good life.
And then you came back from Florida.
Yeah.
And then the biggest question of all, when did you meet my mother? My gorgeous mommy.
Helen Ward.
Did you know Helen Ward? Jesus, maiden names and all going on here. Did you know my mom from Limerick? Like growing up?
Barely.
Okay. You wouldn't have been friends or anything?
No.
Okay.
No. We kind of knew each other to see.
Okay.
And you see, like Helen would say that the two glamorous guys in Limerick were Paul Kelly and Matt Kelly.
Hey!
Full of themselves.
Yeah, I can imagine you. Probably.
Yeah. But I remember how I met Helen. It was Christmas Eve, and Jackie and Frank and I.
Your brother and sister.
Yeah, were in town doing a bit of Christmas shopping. So we decided then that I think it was around 2:00 or 3:00. We decided to go into a famous little pub in Limerick called Ma Hogan's.
Yeah.
So we went into Ma Hogan's and we had a drink and lovely fire on. It was nice.
I love that.
We had the parcels and great. It was nice time.
Yeah.
And who walked in the door? Helen Ward. Helen Ward. And of course, Helen had arranged to meet a very close friend of hers. Mm-hmm. And of course, Carmel was delayed or a bit late.
Okay.
So, of course, Helen Ward kind of panicked when she looked around and
I would.
There's no Carmel.
Yeah, I'd be terrified.
So she spotted me and, she said,
I kind of know you. Yeah.
She came straight over. She said, hi. I said, hi, Helen, how are you? So we got chatting and, that was that. And she sat with us and then eventually Carmel came in.
Okay.
And, of course, Jackie and Frank said, that's a lovely girl. Be a lovely girl for you. I had finished kind of a long relationship and I was...
La. I don't want to hear of you ever being with anyone else. Never. No.
And of course I said to Helen, in Dublin, yeah, so am I. So I got Helen's phone number, right? And I remember one day I rang and just wanted to say hello to Helen. And...
Was you fancied her?
This is 6 months later.
Wait, so you didn't talk for 6 months after meeting that day in my
house? No.
That wasn't very good of you.
I just rang out of the blue. So, didn't one of Helen's friends, at the time she was with her lingus.
So I think I might have gotten the story wrong. I think I might have said that you both moved up to Dublin together.
No.
Because my mum was working for Aer Lingus.
No.
But my mum was already in Dublin.
Yes.
With Aer Lingus.
Yes.
So she got moved from Shannon to Dublin Airport.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so I mixed up that part.
A friend answered the phone, and it was a friend of Mam's, Julie, and she interrogated me on the phone.
And rightly so. That's what friends should do.
Who are you now? And why? So I put the phone on and said, good luck.
Did you?
I did.
You said I'm not ringing her back?
Good luck, no.
Stop it.
No.
Well, then how did you get in contact with her again?
I met Helen. I think it was in Limerick. And she said, I believe you rang. And I said, yeah, I did, yeah. I spoke to your friend. And she knew then that...
Julie was doing what every girl would do.
Interrogate?
Yeah. Oh. You have to interrogate your best friend's new fellas.
So I said to her, yeah, remember we met in Ma Hogan's and you were waiting for Carmel. Of course, Carmel said to Helen, he's a fine fella. So yeah, we
You started dating then, did you?
we did in Dublin. We did.
In Dublin, but you both lived separately.
Yes.
And then you moved to Clondalkin.
Yes.
And then that was it?
Yeah, well, I had the house to myself. And Helen,
You were fuming when Helen moved in.
She couldn't understand this. You're living on your own. Yeah, I love it. Good luck.
You didn't want her to move in at all,
But
did you?
no. But yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it true you asked my mum to marry her 6 months after you started dating?
I remember we went down to Cork to meet some friends, and we were around Kinsale, whatever. It was a big gathering of great friends. And I remember Helen was she was working that day, and she flew into Dublin, and then she flew to Shannon, and then she drove down
Cork?
to Cork, yeah, to meet me. And I got invited down by a very close friend, Peter O'Leary, in Cork, and we had a great time. And I think, you know, the festivities were very, very high, but a few drinks were taken, and I think I asked Helen to marry me.
And what did she say? I know her response, but I need you to tell everyone what she said.
She said, ask me in the morning when you're not drunk.
She's dead right.
Oh, that's terrible.
So then you had to ask her again. So you basically asked my mum to marry you twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember the first time.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Well, then at least you did it properly the second time, I hope.
Yeah.
And then you were married in Limerick.
Yeah, I do remember we went up to a jeweller's in the top of William Street, J.J. Kennelly's, and we went in and we met J.J. himself, and we got the engagement ring, and I got this ring, and it was so funny. It was so funny. We were so giddy after doing that this was real. This was happening, you know. And we just walked around the corner down to a kind of a bar that was down halfway in William Street. And we went in and we had 2 brandies.
Did you?
Yes.
A brandy of all things to celebrate with.
Because we were both nervous.
Were you?
Oh, we were rattling.
Were you? Why? Just the whole
The whole
shit, is this really happening?
This is happening, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And then you got, what's that church called that you got married in?
St. Joseph's.
That's down in Limerick.
Yeah.
And still some of the wedding pictures. My mum looks bloody gorgeous.
Fabulous.
Image of me.
Fabulous.
Image of me.
We got married in Juries, and reception was in Juries. Sorry, we got married in St. Joseph's Church, but the reception was in Juries in Limerick, and it was with 119 people at it, and it was a super day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you remember it, or were you Ellie?
I do. No, I remember all of it. It was great.
Yeah?
It was great. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you just went on your honeymoon to, was it Mauritius, or did I make that up?
We went to Venezuela.
But that's so random, I feel. Did Helen get cheap flights with Aer Lingus? Is that what it was?
It was Ma'am who organised the flight.
Ah.
And I said, where are we going? And of course, it was on the 747 out of Shannon to New York. So we're going to New York.
Okay.
So I said, where are we going? New York? Oh, that's great. We'll have a week in New York. And then it was only the following morning, she told me, no, we have to get a flight.
It was a connecting flight?
Down to Venezuela.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Oh. I haven't seen any of those pictures. I don't know if I'd want to. So we've established why you've both lived in Dublin.
Yes.
And why you've moved to Dublin.
Yes.
Oh, I have down here about your adult life jobs and some of the cars that you have. I have vivid memories when we were younger of you coming home with not random cars, but cars that my mum would go like this.
What's he got now?
Yeah. I remember there was one day that my dad came home with this lime green luminous Saab.
Yeah.
It was a convertible.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Loved it.
It was my mother.
Loved it.
My mother hated the car. And made you get rid of it. And it was only after you got rid of it.
She wouldn't let me buy it.
Oh, so you were just test driving it, were you?
Oh yeah.
I remember being in the garden going, see,
it was magic.
No.
Yeah, beautiful car.
And then after you got rid of it, my mum actually said, that wasn't actually too bad.
Wasn't a bad car.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Did you ever see yourself with 3 kids living in Dublin?
Never. Never.
You saw yourself still in Florida.
Never.
In your head, you're still in Florida.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Never saw yourself with the 3 of us, no?
Well, I never thought that when we got married that, children was part of it. Never
Did you
thought.
not?
No.
What?
No. That never kind of
Dawned on you?
No, crossed my mind.
Yeah.
No. I got married for the crack.
Can't tell my mum that she'd be devastated.
We'd be happy ever after.
Yeah, just the two of you.
Yeah.
And then we came in and ruined your life.
Well, yeah, made a difference.
Yeah. So were you shocked when Quiva came along first?
Yeah. Thrilled to bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the old videos and stuff that we have of us when we were kids are hilarious.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
There's a video of Quiva, and I don't know, it's just you and Quiva at home. You had the camcorder or whatever it was, but it was just you and Quiva at home. And Mum, I don't even know if Jack was around. Mum must have been away with me, and you're recording Quiva singing her ABCs or something.
Yeah.
The grease in that child's hair and what she's wearing and all. You can just tell, God love her. Like, you're waiting for her Mammy to come home.
Yeah, for a wash.
We were in, I think we were in Limerick or something. We were away anyway, and you had to have Quiva for the weekend.
Yeah.
But was it fun having the three of us?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, and it was lovely that you and Quiver were so close together. Like, there's a year and a month between the two of you.
Yeah, so
which
there's
is wonderful.
a year and a month between me and Quiva, and then 3 years later, Jack came.
Yeah.
There's 3 years between me and Jack.
Yeah. The big surprise.
Jack was?
Yeah.
But he was a good baby. Wasn't
he was.
Not a bother on him.
Yeah.
He was a dote.
Yeah, you were the troublesome one.
Me?
Yeah.
Was I?
The one in the middle, yeah.
Why? I think that's an attention thing.
Maybe,
No.
No.
I'm always screaming for attention, so I'm just always getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me, though, that I always had lumps and bumps and cuts and bruises.
Bangs, and you'd walk into doors and you'd hit your head off something, and, you were a nightmare.
It was like I had two devil's horns on my head.
Yeah.
I was always hurting myself.
Yeah.
Or I remember when I fell down the hill on the bike in British Bay.
Never forget it. Never forget it.
Maybe I was just a daredevil.
Well, there was a bump in the path, and you went down on the bike and the front wheel hit it and you launched yourself. Of course, you came down in your face. Oh,
I remember it.
It was horrendous.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's
Deadly.
so sad.
Yeah.
Or we used to have this coffee table in our sitting room. So it was like a long rectangle coffee table.
Don't remind me.
And it had 4 panes of glass in it. It kind of looked like a door that you put down. There's 4 panes of glass in it.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was younger, I used to get under the table.
Yeah.
And I'd push the glass up with my feet. And then one day I pushed too far.
The corner of the glass came down. And I'm talking about, it was like a knife. And I
was scarring my head from it. That's what that's from.
It could have gone through your eye. It was so dangerous.
I was just a
That was
daredevil.
frightening.
And I've told everyone the story. I think I've definitely told it on the podcast, but I've told it on the live shows about when I was hanging out the back window and I was talking to Stephen, swinging my leg.
Oh, again,
I put the fear of God. Just
nerve-wracking experience.
I did.
I remember Helen and I were actually out the back, looking up at you, sitting on the windowsill, cool as a breeze, shaking your legs, and like if you moved, you were gone.
Like, why was I at that?
I don't know.
Something wrong with me.
Helen said to me, "Don't say anything. Stay quiet.
Yeah, because if you frightened me,
don't panic." And she slipped in the door very, very quietly and ran up the stairs and grabbed you.
She said that she didn't tell her mum for like a week.
No,
she couldn't.
No, she was a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're just great stories.
Yeah, aren't they?
Thank God, those stories.
My dad also used to tell us these stories about Willie and Jilly.
Yeah.
But I vividly remember these stories only being told when the electricity was gone.
Yeah.
So if the lecky was gone in the house, we'd all be sitting in the sitting room around this little table with a candle lit. Yeah, nice and quiet. But my dad, I think he used to try and scare us a little bit as well. He used to tell us about Willie and Jilly, and they were this little boy and little girl.
Yeah.
But something about they lived in our back garden or down the end of the garden in the bushes, and they used to eat gooseberries.
Yes.
We should go and get some gooseberries after
I know,
this.
I haven't seen gooseberries.
I've seen them in fruit shops. You can get them in like fruit and veg shops.
Right, okay.
I don't think I've ever tried one. I think they're like sour grapes.
They're lovely. Gooseberries are lovely. Yeah.
Willie and Jilly stories. I have great memories of our childhood.
Fabulous.
I have a question for you. Do you have any famous connections?
Famous?
Yeah, did you ever meet anyone famous? Like, who's the most famous person you might have met? Because my mum has a few good famous people up her sleeve.
Yeah. What's his name from Limerick? The actor. He died recently.
Oh.
The Field. Remember that? The Field.
No.
The movie.
Will I Google it?
Yeah. Richard Harris.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Richard Harris. Would I know him to see him?
You will. I think he was in some of the...
What? Was he in Harry Potter?
He was.
Wait, is he Dumbledore? Is he? Did I make that up? Is he? Oh my God, you know Dumbledore?
Richard Harris.
Wait, you met him, did you?
He's from Limerick, sure.
What?
Yeah.
I never know you met him. Oh, God rest his soul.
Lovely guy.
Where did you met him down in Limerick?
Yes.
Wow.
I remember Helen and I went over to a pub called the Windmill, and we were sitting in there, and as a matter of fact, Helen's mum, she was with us as well. Yeah. She was sitting down, and didn't he walk into the pub? I said, Helen,
that's Dumbledore.
That's Dickie Harris.
Oh, is that what people called him?
Dickie Harris.
Okay.
Richard Harris. And I went up to him and I said, hello. And he said, hey, how are you? And we had a nice chat. Helen came along and she said, how are you? And she started talking about different people in Limerick. And then she said, do you know what? I'd love you to meet my mum. So she brought him down to meet her. And he sat there and he had a drink and with her, and they spoke about various people in Limerick.
Yeah, that they would have known.
Such. Yeah. He was from an area called Corbley.
Okay.
And lovely guy.
Aww.
Very nice guy.
So he's the most, when you think of a famous person.
I think of him straight away.
You?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah.
Did not know that at all.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you see yourself staying in Dublin when I eventually buy my house? You better say yeah, because if you move back to Limerick, I'll be so sad.
No, definitely.
You just won't move back to Limerick?
No, our roots are in Dublin.
Okay.
Yeah. And the three of you were born in Dublin. Your roots are in Dublin as well.
Yeah.
No, I can't see myself moving back to Limerick.
No. We like going down for an out holiday every now and again.
Well, I mean, we got on quite a lot.
Yeah.
Loads of reasons to go back down.
Yeah.
And it's nice to go down for a weekend.
But you can't see yourself moving back there.
No.
Life's very different probably from when you were there.
Oh, very.
Isn't it?
Very. Yeah. It's changed.
It's the only jersey my dad let me own. A Limerick jersey.
I tell you. Yeah, there's only one jersey.
I couldn't walk into that house in a Dublin jersey, could I? Oh, no. God, no. How do you feel about becoming a granddad? Somebody actually asked you this question, but they called you Gaga Kelly.
Would
you like to be called that?
No. I've never. There's only one Gaga, Lady Gaga.
That's true too.
Isn't it true?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Well done.
Not
Gaga Kelly.
Not Grandad Gaga.
No.
No.
Well, how do you feel about it?
No, I've never thought about it, and I've never got excited about it. Because it's never just crossed my mind.
Okay.
But it's amazing when you do meet anybody that have grandchildren.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be so excited. And
everyone keeps telling you that.
Yeah, and I'm saying, I don't know, I'm not bothered. So what?
I think this will all change.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
that's what everybody says.
Yeah. When baby boy is here, because it's hard to imagine something before it happens. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't picture it because it hasn't happened yet.
I know.
I know. So when he is here, I think it'll be so much fun.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah.
That there will be a massive change.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Our whole family dynamic is going to change.
Yeah.
It really will.
Yeah.
And Jack Ellie will be an uncle.
So pleased for Queeve.
I know. She deserves it, doesn't she?
So pleased, yeah.
It's all she's ever wanted.
Ever. Yeah.
And she's the happiest she's probably ever been.
That's really exciting about it.
Yeah. Is how much she's looking forward to it. She came home with a. Are you getting upset, love?
You what?
Are you getting upset?
No.
If you start getting upset, I'll get upset.
You're talking about what? Grandchildren? No, that doesn't upset me.
She came home with a baby Grofie the other day that said granddad on it. Oh, my heart isn't able. We'd have to think of a cool granddad word for you.
Do you know where it is?
Oh, the baby grow?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it? What did you do with it?
I have it hanging up behind my dressing gown.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't. Where am I going to put it? I don't know what to do with that.
Well, you can just put it on the baby when he's here. But you just have to keep
So I'll give it back to her. Good idea.
Good idea.
Good idea.
You don't want any of that?
No,
Give it all back.
I bought you something.
Yeah. And give it straight back to her.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some quick fire questions for you. Yes. So you don't need to go into too much detail about these, but these are questions that listeners have asked.
Sure.
So anything we've chatted about already.
Your fans or my fans?
Probably yours. Probably not even mine.
I told you, I have 3 fans.
Why do you keep saying 3, Dad? You have 4 people in your life.
Quiva and Jack.
Me? Why are you forgetting about me? Fuck. Okay, that says it all. Okay. How do you feel about Ellie being in the public eye, and what is your biggest worry about it?
Have to say, very excited, and I'm delighted that you're enjoying it so much. And I do kind of rejoice in your fame, and it's lovely. It really is. But I just worry sometimes. Your
worry is the longevity of my job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is allowed. That's like a worry that you're allowed to have, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it is an unknown territory.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows.
Like in the back of my mind, I'm saying, what's next for Ellie Kelly?
Yeah.
You know.
We'll find out when we get there.
We'll watch this space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever caught Ellie lying about something when she was younger? You caught me having a party in the house. That's the most trouble I can vividly remember ever being in my entire life with you. You hated me.
That free gaff that you thought was a free gaff?
I thought it was free gaff. It wasn't. You told me it was a free gaff. You told me we were
No. Yeah.
That's the most trouble I ever remember being in. I don't really remember being in trouble with you when we were younger.
No.
You weren't like...
No. I don't think
you'd more pass it off to Helen and say, give out to them.
Yeah. Talk to her about that. Yeah. I don't kind of recall any bad things or troublesome times or... No.
I was a nuisance, but I don't think I was bold. Was I?
You're a bit of a nightmare.
Okay, that's another word you can use too.
Yeah.
Your proudest moment of Ellie's. It's just going to be, the rest of this episode is just going to be how to make my head bigger getting into the store.
Yes.
Does that spring to mind?
Yeah. Today you got your driver's license.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know.
And who was the first person I rang?
Misha.
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, that was a horrible time.
Why?
I never thought I was ever going to get it.
I know.
But I only did it twice. I only did my driving test twice.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget him telling me.
I did mine once as well. When I bought it.
When you bought it.
Go away.
So that's the first thing that comes to your head when you think of my proudest moment. The day I got my driving.
Independence Day.
Okay. Describe what I do for work. If someone says, what does your daughter work as? What do you say?
Well, I mean, first of all, this influence thing is a bit of a dilemma. But at the same time, I think of you kind of as a promoter.
Oh.
Yeah, of different items and products and, you know.
That's the easiest way of putting it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
If someone had to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's easy. What's your favourite thing about me? Too many to list.
It'd be easier if you said what's the least.
No. What's your favourite thing about me? I have to have one good quality. Jesus.
I just think Ellie is such a good and kind person that you have that lovely nature about you. And I think that will always be the nice thing about you is that, you know, if Ellie Kelly makes a friend, she makes a friend for life.
You're so cute, I'm going to cry.
Oh, no.
You're so cute.
That's how strong you are, you know.
Oh. Fuck's sake. Oh, God. Someone else asked, what's your favourite Westlife song?
Come here.
When you're looking like that. You love that song.
Yeah. Love it.
Unfortunately, I'm not surprising you with Westlife today. I'm sorry about that. I don't have Westlife here.
When you go into, what do you call it?
Vicar Street.
Vicar Street, yeah.
Yeah, you said that's what we have to sing next.
Oh, you have to. Because everybody in Vicar Street knows that song.
Yeah.
And when everybody sings it, it's magic.
How am I supposed
to leave you now?
Okay. So we'll put that one on the list.
Definitely.
What else have I got for you? I don't think I have too much more. Oh, how are you finding Instagram? Someone wants to know. Because I mentioned that I set you up an Instagram page. And you keep saying, why are these people coming up for me? How are you finding it? I hear you in the sitting room or something, and I hear you scrolling through it. And
I do.
You like watching the videos and stuff.
I do. I think Instagram is fascinating. I'm fascinated by it. Like, it can show anything.
I know, yeah.
And, I see what I'm really fascinated by when the police in America stop somebody and how the police react to somebody that they've stopped.
Is that the body cam footage things? You like watching them?
Yeah. Get out of it. Like, before I came in here this morning, one state trooper stopped this lady in a car, and he was behind her. All the lights are flashing. He's still in the car, and he's kind of shouting at her, "Turn your back," and he wanted her to walk towards his car.
Backwards. I think I've seen them before.
Yeah.
Is that for safety of everyone kind of thing?
Yeah, and keep
terrified.
He wants to see her hands, and But do you know what happens? She starts, "Why are you stopping me?" And she's questioning her. Then she jumped back into the car and she took off.
Did she?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Gone.
High-speed chase.
Incredible.
Oh, no.
You
have to be ballsy for that now.
This is real life stuff.
Yeah. So that's what you're watching on Instagram.
Love Instagram for things like that.
Do you think you'll ever post on Instagram?
Post?
Yeah.
The only thing I post is in the post office. Go away from me.
No, but we'll never post a little selfie you're on.
No, I wouldn't know how.
I'll teach you. This can be your starting point now. This is your petition to start posting things on Instagram. You could be like the new TikTok dad or like the Instagram dad.
TikTok?
Yeah, you should get a TikTok account, I think.
No.
I think people would love it.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you could just do like spend the day with me. And we could just you could just do a little video.
We could TikTok each other.
Yeah. We'll think of some video. Okay, I have 2 more questions for you and then I'll leave you alone. Do you have anything on your bucket list? Bucket lists kind of scare me a little bit. Because to me, it's like thinking of something before the end. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, no,
on your
not
bucket
necessarily near the end. No, that's
Jesus, no, I don't mean that. I just mean,
but yeah. The only thing I think about that comes straight into mind is travel. I'd love to travel more with Helen.
Yeah.
With Helen, yeah, and go to places that go to some places like Seoul. In
You know where that is.
North Korea. Yeah.
I don't think you can get in there, can you?
Or you can into South Korea.
There's one of them you can't anyway.
Yeah. Kim Jong-un is in North Korea. Yeah, I don't want to meet him. But
I don't think you do.
No. Well, he wouldn't want to meet me.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to meet you. No.
In land.
We want to do Australia next year. Please God.
Please God.
Yeah, over to Jack.
Yeah, love to.
So that could be a big family trip.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
And then, last question. If Ellie wasn't an influencer, what do you think she would do?
I think you'd be a lovely nurse.
Do you? Do you? Do I have the nature of a nurse?
Yes.
Do I?
Yes. Yeah, I think you make a nice nurse.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you ever think about that?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have patience.
Patience?
Yeah.
There's enough in the hospital.
Time patience.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I have that.
I don't think so either.
No.
Yeah. One side of me is saying, you'd be a really good nurse. On the other hand, I'm saying, nah, she wouldn't have the wherewithal or the. I don't.
I'd get very kind of Yeah.
Blood. Gone.
I think I panic a little bit.
I know. Yeah.
So there was loads of people asking about my boyfriends.
What about them?
Do you want to touch on that topic, or do we leave that for a private family conversation?
And what? My likes and dislikes of your past?
No, past we won't even talk about. Present. People were saying, like, is your dad so happy to see you so happy with Graham now? And did I ever show you my tattoo that I have for him, actually?
What does that say?
It's a
That's
G.
a scribble.
It's a G.
It's a scribble.
It's a G.
No, it's not.
I don't think I ever showed you that. I probably haven't shown you half my tattoos, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to see the
But
rest.
you can get that removed.
No, but be honest now.
What?
Be honest.
What?
Are you happy that I'm happy?
Yeah. I'm happy that, What do you want me to say?
I want you to say, I'm so happy for you. You found the love of your life. You're going to get married and I'm going to pay for it. That's what I want you to say.
With your man?
Yeah, with me fella. No, you do.
No, I'm not going to criticize Graham, or I'm not going to talk how wonderful
Better not.
he is.
He's my husband.
You know, it's not for me. As long as you're happy, that's the important thing.
Whatever your children do in their lives, it's 3 of us. 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 3 of us
Go on.
Once we're happy, you're happy.
Without a doubt.
Ah,
Without a doubt.
well, that's nice.
And that's why Mom and I we spoke about it yesterday, how happy we are for Quiva, fantastic. And we're so happy that Jack is having the time of his life in Melbourne, which is wonderful.
And what to say about me?
No, we're just saying as well that you're settled and you're happy.
Yeah.
So everybody, that's all we want.
In life.
Yeah, no, really, that's the ultimate. As long as the three of you are happy, we're happy.
Happy and healthy.
Yeah.
Your health is your wealth.
Your health is your wealth.
And that's what my dad has always brought me up on.
Always, yeah. That's very important. Really is.
Okay. Well, Matthew Kelly, anything else you want to finish off by saying?
Yeah, I'm so glad that I checked my diary and I could be in here today. Helen and I were supposed to go to Mr. Price, but she pulled out, so hence I'm here today. And delighted. And to my fans, Helen, Quiva, and Jack.
You keep forgetting me. You have another child. I'm literally sitting in front of you and you're like, I have 3 fans. What about me?
Oh, sorry.
4.
And Ellen. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All my fans.
Okay, well, thank you, listeners, for listening. Say love you.
I hope you enjoyed this
episode.
Search.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they'd be very interested in you.
You think so?
Yeah, you're the cutest man in Ireland. It's been established.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%. Okay. But half the videos and stuff that I take you never notice that I post them.
No, I don't.
Nah.
No, I honestly don't. I don't. I.
And I know that when I'm taking a video of me and you, I know that you're going, I haven't a clue where that video's going.
Yeah. I don't know that the nation is going to have a look at this. Yeah. So. But this is. Sorry for any embarrassment.
No, absolutely none. This is your sign now for anybody listening to hang around with your parents. That's one big thing that has come into my head a lot recently over the years.
Yeah.
Hang around with your parents.
Yeah, they're good crack. They're not as bad as you think.
No, when I was younger, I used to think you were so boring, mortified to be seen with you.
Yeah.
Now I would pick hanging around with you and Mum over anything.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You've one life, it's short, and you need to make the most of it.
You do.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, listeners.
Thank you, listeners.
Thanks, Dad. I love you.
Okay.
Have you love me quick. Love you.
Love you too, Ellie.
So that is it from us today. But before we go, we're raising a virtual bottle of Coca-Cola to the summer. I am so excited. The kind of summer with beach days, music festivals, and your name on a Coke bottle. I promise you, like I said earlier on, it really is like a search. It's like a treasure hunt. It's so fun. Because yes, they are back. The Share a Coke campaign. And if that's not a sign to make this summer the best summer ever, we don't really know what is then. Check the shelves for your name or your mate's name, and if it's not there, you can scan the QR code on the pack to create your own digital Coke moment. Whether you're sipping zero sugar or going full original taste, make it a summer to remember with Coca-Cola. Cheers!
Big ears.
Hold My Drink, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Keep an eye out for your name in-store or scan the QR code to create a digital Coca-Cola pack for your besties. That's definitely on our to-do list. Subscribe to this podcast for free on the GoLoud app.